Our next guest is creating quite a trend in Calgary by challenging you to discover new foods seen on Calgary store shelves every single day. It's Chef Jen who's returned back to set. Hello yet once again.
Thanks for having me.
Have you noticed, Kate, she always wears the same thing every time she comes
I
here?
know, this white jacket, it just goes with everything.
You've got a whole wardrobe of them. You go, what am I going to wear today?
That's right.
Yeah,
This
just a
white one or this
closet
white
full
one?
of them.
Why are there so many buttons?
Why are there so many buttons? Well, chefs need a lot of buttons. So ideally, a chef's
really?
jacket is actually a protector. Protects against oil, heat, as well as it's white, so you can kind of see what you have and haven't been into. Also, you'll notice these buttons here.
Yes.
I can flip this coat over different ways. So it's kind of it's like my fire gear, if you will.
It's your shield.
It's my shield, yeah.
Well, it's a lovely shield.
Thank you.
And it came with her own name, too.
It came, yes, that's important.
How lucky we are
Yeah,
to
it's a
have
privilege.
moment with you to share with us things that we might look at and go, I don't know.
about
I'm a
that.
little
I don't
scared.
know. I use this all the time, so I'm
Kate,
excited.
why don't you introduce
Kate,
us to this?
tell us a little bit about
Well,
this.
coconut oil.
Yes.
And we use it in my household for cooking, but Jen, you take it away.
Well, wait a minute. I also,
What else can you do with
in
it?
our household, we use it for not only for cooking, but also for your hands.
Right.
Like a little hand cream.
So coconut oil is one of those really versatile things. It kind of has 101 sort of uses in and around the home, medicinal, home-wise, food-wise. I brought two different kinds today. Smell this one.
Yeah, this one doesn't smell.
The one you just picked up is refined. So what happens is that gets filtered and heated very differently than this one. This one is more of a virgin,
Yeah.
pure, and it doesn't go through the same process. So it'll still have a lot of those really great smells and properties to it. Both of them can be used very much the same way for cooking, baking around the house, such things like that. But the refined one can actually be heated to a higher temperature. So that's kind of really important when you're cooking with something. If you wanted to use, say,
For frying, you
for
mean?
frying, yeah, for a stir fry or something like that, you would use the refined one because it can go to about 400, 450 degrees, whereas the virgin one would be around that 350 mark. So it would be more suitable for baking, things like that. The nice thing about the refined one, though, is that it doesn't have that coconut scent and flavor. So if you're doing the stir fry or maybe something where you just use it as an everyday cooking oil, maybe you don't want that intense coconut flavor, right?
You've also brought us the organic coconut sugar. Does it all come organic, or does it come
did.
as refined as well?
It can come refined as well. So
Okay.
that's the kind of nice thing about this sugar is that not like traditional white sugar, it's less refined. So at the end of the day, it's still a sugar, but this one is just a little bit better for you.
So can you put this anywhere you would put white sugar?
Yeah, you can use it cup for cup ratio. Go ahead, taste it. Yeah, it's delicious. Caramelly, butterscotchy.
How
It's
is
like
it?
brown sugar.
It's
Brown sugar?
delicious.
Yeah, it's actually not
Yeah.
bad. But I do taste a hint of coconut.
You do,
There's that lingering.
Yeah, that haunting, nutty kind of a.
Haunting?
Haunting, don't you think so? It's a kind of
yeah.
a background sort
You're
of.
such a chef.
Thank you. Yeah, it's my
Haunting,
favorite thing, finding
It's
good
almost
words to
sweeter
describe
than
things.
sugar.
It is.
Do you taste the aftertaste as well?
Yeah. It's kind of like a coconutty brown sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually not bad. I
So
wouldn't
one
mind
for
that.
one, yeah, it's delicious. Good around the
Cost-wise?
house. Cost-wise, it's about anywhere from the $8 to $11. So it's a little bit more, but it's also a sugar that, because it's less processed, is lower on the glycemic index. So for those of you who are watching your health, you will know what that is. So what it does is it absorbs a little less, not as fast as a regular sugar would, into your bloodstream. So you don't get that crazy sort of spike.
So if you were to buy regular brown sugar compared to this coconut sugar, it's better for you.
Less bad. I always say
It's
less
still
bad.
sugar. Let's be real. It's
You know
still
what, at the end of
sugar.
the day, it's the sugar to honey sort of thing. One is just a little less refined, but at the end of the day,
Okay.
it's still sugars.
And where can you find these?
You can find these, I found that you can find these at a lot of Asian stores carry this, a lot of health food stores will have this, the major chain grocery stores will carry this. We were mentioning some of the larger wholesale stores
Right.
having a lot of these products in them. So these are very, very common now.
And these are becoming even more common than coconut oil.
Yeah, and
everywhere.
we were talking about beauty products, Kate and I, saying, you know, this was a great hand moisturizer. I've seen
Put
a
it in
lot
your
of little
hair.
good for your
No.
hair,
Yeah.
good for your face. You could mix the sugar with a little bit of coconut oil and make it as a little scrub to sort of take a little extra layer of skin off as well as moisturize, and then wipe off with a little cloth.
Right.
So
Oh, for
yeah,
goodness
there's a
sakes.
lot of special things you can do with this stuff, and at the end of the day, it's delicious.
And my favorite thing, I think, is cooking asparagus with the coconut oil, because it gives it kind of like
Wow.
a nutty,
Yeah.
like I don't know how to describe it, like a more natural, nutty flavor to
Right.
the asparagus.
Right. We
My
were talking
favorite.
about putting it on toast,
Yes,
right? You could put a little
toast.
bit on toast. You
You
could
might
throw
need a little bit of salt if
a
you
little
do
salt
that.
to amp
Yeah.
it up. Or, you know, a couple tablespoons in your oatmeal in the morning for a little creamy texture, or even in your smoothies.
It's kind of like butter.
Yeah, yeah. It's saturated though. So those of you that are also watching out for saturated fats, you know, the ones you're not supposed to eat, the lard, the butters, the things like that, that one you might want to not eat as much of.
Is there coconut flour out there too?
I believe
right?
there would be coconut flour.
Yeah.
You can just about make a flour out of anything if you dry it. And,
All the million things you can do with
I gotta
coconuts,
find me one
eh?
of these coconuts.
you
yeah.
should. Yeah.
That's all the time we have.
Yeah, that's it.
Thanks, Chef Jen.
You're welcome. Thanks for
Wonderful
having me.
stuff. There you go. Some uncommon common foods. By the way, if you would like a suggestion that you say, hey, what's this all about? Send your tweet to @ChefJenCalgary, and she'll answer it for you.
Please do.
Good stuff. Hey, by the way, here's what's happening in and around our city. Yeah, we're keeping busy. Get this, Phantom of the Opera, celebrating Halloween as the Calgary Society of Organists presents the 1925 silent film version of the Phantom of the Opera, but live accompaniment. This sounds great. It's this Halloween, starts at 9 o'clock. All the information you can find at www.rccocalgary.org. This is Trending on Shaw.